Oh my god, Demi, can you believe your wedding is only 1 week away? I'm so excited for you. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, April. Yeah, I know. I can hardly believe it myself. I never thought the day would arrive, and now it's only a week away.
Well, I've got your present, so I can drop it off at yours whenever you're free. Also, I've got my dress picked out and I think it should look okay. I just wanted your opinion on it.
A dress?
Yeah, for the wedding. It's a one-shoulder thing and light blue. I got it at that really nice dress place in town. I also managed to find some really gorgeous shoes to go with it, and they were half off as well. But it'll probably be easier to show you the whole outfit when you have a minute. I just want to make sure that I don't clash with anything or that I'm not in the same color as your bridesmaids, as that would be a little awkward, considering, that I'm not a bridesmaid.
Ugh, not this again. I told you why I didn't make you a bridesmaid. I had too many friends who I wanted to include, and I decided that it would be easier to have my friends as the bridesmaids instead of my family, as there was a nice even number of them.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. It would just have been nice to be a part of your big day in some way. But I don't mind. After all, it is your wedding.
Precisely. It is my wedding day, so you have to do what I say and what I want. Anyway, why don't you come on over now?
Really? You're not too busy? I mean, I can wait if you want me to.
No, it's fine. Me and the girls are just having a little get-together and sorting out last-minute things for the wedding. So we'll all be able to give you an opinion.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sounds good. I'll be there soon then.
Great. See you then.
What the hell, Demi? Why would you just go and dump water on me like that? Are you actually insane?
Huh? Of course not. It's just, when I saw that dress, I simply thought that it looked like it belonged in the water. So I was trying to help you out. The whole blue thing really did make it seem like you were trying to mimic the ocean.
What? That's just... Are you seriously telling me that you're so mean that you purposely threw water over my dress? Just for the fun of it? If you didn't like the dress, all you had to do was say so.
Well, it's not that I didn't like the dress. It was actually a really nice dress. Although, I think it would look better on Tori than on you.
Then why did you throw water on it?
Isn't it obvious?
Clearly not, otherwise I wouldn't be asking.
Oh well. Looks like you'll have to stay home now and miss the wedding. What a shame.
Oh, so that's what all this was about. You just don't want me to be at your wedding? Are you really that petty and self-centered that you'd actually throw a glass of water over me just to get me to leave? And to make matters worse, you had to do it in front of all of your friends? To humiliate me?
Oh, honey. Yeah, I did actually. I thought it would be funny, and it was. Besides, I did try to tell you that I didn't want you at my wedding. I mean, I didn't even send you an invitation. So you'd have thought that you would have gotten the message. I couldn't have you showing up thinking that you were wanted there.
God, I honestly don't know what Brad sees in you. I mean, if this is how you treat your sister, then I'd hate to see how you treat your husband when you get into an argument.
Well, you don't need to worry about that, as it's none of your business. Besides, he's got all of the money, so I don't want to be too mean to him, just in case.
Oh, of course. Can't have the man who's paying for your entire life cut you off now, can we?
I know you're being sarcastic and everything, but I don't care. You're just jealous that I am marrying a man with quite a lot of money, and you're stuck being the poor loser you always were.
Hang on. Is that why you don't want me coming to the wedding? Because you think that I'm poor?
I don't think anything. I know you're a broke nobody. You're my sister, after all. Besides, my fiancé doesn't want you at the wedding either.
What?
Yep. Brad told me himself that he doesn't want you here. He sees you as nothing more than an annoying little pest. He also has a reputation to maintain. There are going to be lots of his rich friends and business partners at this thing. And he doesn't want a poor person getting in the way.
He does not think that, does he?
Yes, he actually does. You can even ask him yourself.
But I thought that we had a good relationship, that he liked me. Every time you brought him to Mom and Dad's house and every time that we hung out, he seemed to like talking to me.
Well, he was just pretending. But if you don't believe me, you can ask him yourself.
Fine, I will, and I'll prove you wrong whilst I'm at it.
I wouldn't be so sure about that if I were you. Anyway, once me and Brad are married, it won't matter.
What do you mean by that?
Well, for starters, we'll be cutting off everyone who isn't rich or who doesn't have money. We seriously can't be having people trying to leech money off of us all the time. And by people, I mean you.
Huh?
Yeah. We can't be having some pathetic, selfish, attention-hogging little girl trying to take all of Brad's money now, can we?
I'm guessing that spot's reserved for you, is it?
Oh, you're so funny.
Anyway, there's no reason why I would want his money. I seriously don't care about it at all. And Mom and Dad will tell you the same. Besides, they won't let you kick me out of the wedding. They'll always have my back. Especially against someone as horrible as you.
Well, they might be changing their minds very soon. Especially when I tell them that if they don't let me kick you out of the wedding, that I won't fund their retirement.
What? You'd actually not help them out with their retirement simply because they told you to let me go to your wedding?
Yep. Look, I can deal with helping my parents out because they're my parents. So if I have to elevate them out of being poor, then fine. But you are on your own. If you wanted money, then you should have worked harder, shouldn't you?
What's that got to do with anything?
Duh, the whole reason why I'm marrying Brad is for his money. He's not exactly the most interesting person on the planet, don't you know? I mean, his dad owns a fairly successful business, one that brings him a decent amount of money anyway, and I want to make sure that I can live a life free of work and responsibilities. That also means that I want to get to know other people of the same status and not get dragged down and made fun of because I have a poor sister.
Well, if the people that you want to talk to are that shallow, then they're not good people, are they?
Who cares? They're rich, and so they're the kind of people I need to hang out with to maintain my popularity. And you are definitely not included in that scenario.
Why are you being so horrible? Do you really dislike me that much?
I don't just dislike you. I hate you. Before you were born, Mom and Dad gave me all of their attention and love. We were a happy family. But when you were born, they just completely ignored me and focused all of their attention on you. It wasn't fair.
I was a baby. They kind of require a bit of attention so that they don't die.
Well, whatever. It was still unfair. And so now I get to decide who gets to be in my life. I'm going to be the one who everyone is looking at on my wedding day, and you won't be there to steal any attention. Got it?
So basically, you're just jealous of me, and so you're trying to exclude me from everything?
What? Why would I be jealous of you?
I don't know. That's the problem. It's not like I asked to be born. I mean, you're supposed to be my big sister, and yet you seem to be hating me simply for being born. That's probably why you want to marry Brad as well, isn't it? You want to be able to brag to your friends that you're rich and that your husband owns a business so that you can be the center of attention. I mean, how shallow is that? You'd throw your family away over money.
Well, not all of my family. Mom and Dad can stay.
Oh gee, wow. How kind of you.
Whatever. Look, just stay away from my wedding or I'll throw another bucket of water over you. Got it? Oh, but I still want that present. It is my wedding after all. I deserve the presence and adoration of everyone on my special day, even if they are poor losers like you. At least you'll be good for something by giving me a present.
Whatever. It sounds like it's going to be a lame wedding anyways.
What? How dare you say that? My wedding would never be lame.
Yeah? Well, I think all of the pink lace and the fact that all of your guests are just going to be boring business people beg to differ.
Then save yourself the shame. Skip my wedding. My luxury wedding is not for poor people like you.
Fine, I'll skip it. But remember, you might regret this decision.
Huh? What do you mean by that? April?
April, where are you? I've just got a few questions about your sister's wedding and needed some help picking out some last minute clothes. Do you think you could help?
Yeah, sure, Dad.
Great, I know you're all sorted for the wedding, so I don't need to ask you if you need anything, do I? Hey, maybe I could get a tie to match your dress or something?
Oh, that's sweet, Dad, but actually, I'm, not going to the wedding.
What? Why not?
Well, basically, Demi chucked a bunch of water over my dress the other day, right in front of her friends. She humiliated me and then told me that she didn't want me at her wedding, as I was poor and would make her look bad.
Hang on, what? She chucked water on you? Was it an accident?
No, she did it on purpose. She also said that she basically has never loved me or wanted me to be a part of the family. Apparently, she thinks that I was an accident who ruined her life because I took all of your attention, or something like that.
Well, that's just ridiculous. You might not have been planned, but your mother and I love you so much, and we wouldn't have had it any other way. But we also love your sister. The fact that she thinks we stopped loving her the moment you were born is completely ridiculous.
Thanks, Dad. But there was something else that Demi said which has got me worried.
What is it?
Well, she said that she wouldn't help you or Mom in your retirement unless you kick me out of the family.
She said that?
Yeah. Look, I don't want to be the reason that Demi doesn't help you out. With the money that she's marrying into, she could make sure that you and Mom are comfortable in your retirement and not worrying about money or anything like that. So, if you want me to leave, I will. I can figure something out.
April, don't be ridiculous. There's no way that I would ever kick you out of the family. I don't care if Demi doesn't help us out with our retirement. Your mom and I have been saving up for our entire adult lives, so we'll be fine. You're my daughter, and you're much more important to me than money will ever be, okay?
Really, Dad?
Yes, now you just leave your sister to me. I'll sort her out.
What do you mean?
Well, I plan on making a little speech at the wedding where I was planning on giving Demi a fairly large sum of money to help get a house or something with. Your mother and I have been saving up for the both of you, but maybe now I'll finally get that ensuite put in. But you don't need to worry about that. You just make sure that you're okay. I'll sort everything else out.
Thank you, Dad. I love you.
I love you too, sweetie.
What have you done, you witch? How have you turned Brad and our parents against me like that? I can't believe what's just happened.
Huh? Demi? Why are you messaging me? Aren't you supposed to be celebrating?
Don't act dumb with me. I can't believe what you made Dad do.
I've not made him do anything. Why? What's happened?
Well, we were all enjoying the reception, and then it came time for the toasts. I thought that Dad would give a nice little toast, congratulating me and Brad, and then give me a sum of money that I know he has been saving up for this very occasion. Instead, he turned around and said that he was incredibly disappointed in me for how I had turned out as a woman, saying that I was horrible and selfish as I had even kicked you out of the wedding. He also said that I was only marrying Brad for his money.
Well, I mean, it's all true, isn't it?
So what? It was so humiliating. I had already bragged to all of my friends about how rich I would be, and now I'm not going to have a single dollar.
Why aren't you going to have any money?
Because when Dad said all of that stuff, Brad wasn't too pleased. He had no clue that I'd uninvited you, and he thought that it was an incredibly horrible thing to do. He also didn't like the fact that I was only marrying him for his money. He's decided to annul the marriage and leave me, and it's all your fault.
Actually, no, it isn't. All I did was tell my dad what you had said and done to me. He came up with this idea all himself. You know, Dad has always prided himself on his virtues, including his kindness and his loyalty to his family. If someone tries to mess with the people that he loves, then he will make sure that they know not to do that again. Clearly, he felt as if you had forgotten that family comes first, and he wanted to remind you of this lesson. As for Brad leaving, well, it looks like he has had some sense after all.
I can't believe it. You have to talk to Dad and make him fix this mess.
I don't have to do anything. Not until you change your selfish ways.
What?
Yep. Looks like you need to start working on being nicer to people.
This is so unfair. I hate you for this.
Uh-huh. Well, you've only got yourself to blame. Goodbye, Demi. After finding out the truth behind why Demi wanted to marry him, Brad called off the wedding and decided to leave her. He didn't want to be with someone who was only with him for his money. Instead, he focused on his business and on expanding it to make it even more successful than it already was. He apologized to me after hearing what my sister had said to me about how he didn't like me. It turned out that Brad actually did like me, and Demi was just jealous and trying to keep me away from him. Because her marriage fell through, Demi was forced to get a job as she had no other way to support herself. She ended up working as a cleaner at a local office building. As for me, I was sad that I had lost my sister, someone who I thought would always be there for me. However, it was the best thing to do to cut her out of my life, as she was a toxic and horrible person who would have done nothing but make my life more difficult. I have since gone on to climb up in my job, and I am actually earning quite a decent amount of money. If Demi had bothered to ask me, she would have learned that I wasn't bothered about her money because I was earning more than enough for myself. However, sometimes people just have to deal with the consequences of their actions. Maybe one day she will apologize and we will be able to start rebuilding our relationship again. But until then, I will continue to live my best life and be happy with what I have and the people around me. After all, money isn't everything.
Holly, hi. Look, I don't really want to be talking to you right now, but I don't really have any other choice. I need to confirm something from you, and the easiest way is to do it directly. Trying to go through David is like talking to a brick wall sometimes.
Oh, hey Vicky. Yeah, I know, lol. Sometimes when I know that he isn't listening to me and that he's far off in his thoughts, I'll ask for something ridiculous and crazy, which he always agrees to. And then when he snaps back into being aware of his surroundings and people, he'll ask me what he agreed to, and I won't tell him just to wind him up, lol.
I see. So what you're telling me is that you often take advantage of my son to get whatever it is you want, as he's often deep in thought and can't process whatever inane thing it is you're requesting at the time. Have I got that right?
Huh? Oh, no, not at all. You don't need to worry about it seeming like I'm bullying him or taking advantage of him or anything. Everything I ask is always just small and innocuous. Like, the other day, I asked him if he would buy me these really nice shoes that I've been looking at for ages. Obviously, I wouldn't actually make him buy them, though. And I always tell him what I asked eventually, if he doesn't remember. So, you don't need to worry that your son is being taken advantage of. I would never do anything like that to him. It's just kind of like a little teasing game between the two of us.
Okay, great. I didn't really need all that info. I'm not stupid. I understand the concept of couples having their own little jokes and that they aren't being horrible to each other.
Oh, okay. Great, I just didn't want you thinking that I'm a horrible person or anything like that. You seemed kind of annoyed or upset at first there.
Trust me, that ship has already sailed.
Huh? What do you mean? You think I'm horrible?
Is that really important right now? Look, like I said, I didn't really want to be talking to you, but I need to confirm whether or not you'll be coming to this dinner that I'm putting together for David's birthday. I need to confirm the numbers at the restaurant ASAP, so you need to tell me now.
Oh, what dinner is this?
God, how dim-witted can you be? It's the one for my son's birthday. I literally just said that.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, but I was just a bit confused because David's birthday isn't for another 2 months yet.
And? Is that a problem?
Well, it's just people usually celebrate people's birthdays on the day that they were actually born, not 2 months earlier, lol.
Well, I won't be in town in a couple of months' time, and I want to spend some time with my precious little boy for his birthday. Is that okay? Or are you suddenly the birthday police who make sure that people don't celebrate birthdays before their designated days?
Oh, no. It's not a problem. I mean, I just didn't know you were going away.
Yes, well, I am. Or do I need to run every little detail of my life past you before I can do anything? Huh?
No, it's fine. I'm sorry for offending you. So what's this dinner all about then? When is it? Is there a special outfit code or anything like that?
God, don't you listen? It's for David's birthday, so it will be this weekend. I'm booking it for 8 p.m. at the Jeweler's Inn, and seeing how that restaurant is one of the fanciest in town, you will have to dress up a little bit.
The Jeweler's Inn?
Yes, is there a problem with the pub now? Does it not meet your standards or something?
Oh no, not at all. It's a lovely looking place, but it's just that it's a bit expensive. I've looked online before and all of the main dishes are above $20 each. I just don't know if me and David can afford that really. We're not exactly the richest people out there, you know.
Well, you'll just have to find the money from somewhere, won't you? I want to take my son to a lovely restaurant for his birthday, so that's what I'm going to do. And you better not spoil it for me. I don't care if you have to sell some of your things or whatever, but I want my son eating at this inn for his birthday. Got it?
Yes. I understand. I'll figure something out. You don't need to worry.
I wasn't worried. Now, I know that might be difficult for you and all, considering all of your clothes look like things you'd wear to work in, but maybe you can make a bit more of an effort for David this time and actually go and buy yourself a nice dress. I'm sure he would be very grateful to see that he actually married a woman.
Are you seriously insinuating that I'm not a woman?
Well, have you seen yourself in a mirror lately? You look like a butch lesbian or something. Not to mention that all of your clothes reflect that as well. You have nothing nice to wear on a day-to-day basis, and it makes you seem like a man with the way you dress. Honestly, have you never heard of a nice summer dress or a skirt and blouse? It would do you a world of good, believe me.
I'm sorry, but why are you being so rude and horrible to me? I haven't done anything to you to deserve it, and attacking me on such a personal level is ridiculous. My clothes are fine, and so is how I look. You honestly are starting to sound like a child.
Yes, well, I just don't think that you're right for my son. I asked him not to marry you, but he was set on doing it anyway.
Hang on, why didn't you want him to marry me?
Well, let's face it, you're not exactly the most amazing woman out there, are you? In fact, you're just a normal nobody who can't really offer David much in life. If it were up to me, David would have married my friend's daughter, and then the two of them would have been set for life.
Well, I mean, I can offer him lots of things in life, like a good and loving home where he can come back to and feel safe and relaxed after a hard day of work. Not to mention that I also work as a teacher, so I bring in money as well. We share all of the costs in life, so I help out a lot actually.
And yet you're still on such a meager amount of money? How sad. Let's face it, you're just a burden to David. Without you, he could have done so much more and achieved so much. Oh well, I guess I'll just have to hope that his children will take after him. That way I can help steer them in the right direction in life.
Okay, first of all, me and David would be the ones who decided what happened with our children if we had them. You know, being the actual parents and all, we would be the ones who decided what school they went to, what they were allowed to eat and drink, and what they would be taught at home. Being their grandparent, you would have to follow our rules concerning our children, and if you tried to subvert what we asked of you and tried to teach our kids stuff we didn't like, then you would lose your privileges to see them.
You can't do that. I would be their grandmother. I have every right to see my grandchildren.
No, you have the right to see them if me and David tell you that you have the right to see them. That is all.
Why, you...
Look, I really don't want to talk to you right now. So just put me down as yes, I'm coming to the meal. I know the details, so we can end this conversation here now. Goodbye.
Fine. I'm done talking to such a pathetic woman anyway. Is there something that you want to tell me?
Huh? Vicky? What are you on about? Why are you messaging me?
I will ask again. Is there something you want to tell me?
What? No. There's nothing that I need to tell you. Besides, you're the one who messaged me, so clearly you're the one who wants to say something.
Yes, actually, I do want to say something.
Well, hurry up then. I don't have all day.
Oh, I will take my sweet time with this conversation. How dare you not tell me that you can't have children?
Whoa. Wait a second. What?
You heard me. I know that you are infertile. How dare you not say anything to me about it? I bet you blackmailed David not to tell me either, didn't you? My son would have told me otherwise. He would have come straight to me and asked for my help in this matter. But no, you told him not to say a word. I can't believe what you've done. I am incensed.
Okay, back up a minute. Where on earth has all this come from? How did you know what has been happening with me and David? Because clearly David hasn't told you anything, considering how you're blaming me and accusing me of making him keep quiet about it.
I found out through my friend, Dr. Heiser. Know her? She's the one who actually did your test in the clinic. She told me all about how you and David had gone to her because you were having trouble having a baby, and how she had to give you tests to see if you were infertile or not. She also told me how you got your results back today and how you are the one who is infertile. I can't believe it. You're ruining everything. Is there not one thing you can do right? I never wanted David to marry you, but I thought, hey, at least she'll give him some kids. That'll be good for something. But you can't even do that. What kind of useless, good-for-nothing woman are you? I mean, can you even call yourself a woman if you can't have kids? Because I don't think so. You're absolutely nothing. You're just worthless. Honestly, the best thing you could do for David now is to divorce him and let him find a woman who is actually good for him. One who can actually give him children.
Okay, you need to stop right now. What me and David go through is none of your business. Our situation is completely our business and our business only. You have nothing, I mean nothing to do with this at all. And for you to attack me like this, God, I can't believe you.
Excuse me?
You heard me. This is an incredibly difficult time for me and David, and yet here you are, blaming me and saying how I should just divorce the man that I love, the one who is actually helping me in this incredibly difficult time. I mean, what is wrong with you? How cruel can one person be that they immediately start spewing vitriol at a woman only a few hours after she finds out that she can't have children? Do you think that I want to be infertile? Do you honestly think that I don't want children? I have dreamt of having kids since I first met David. I thought that he would be the perfect father, and it was a dream of mine for us to raise a family together. So I really don't need you attacking me right now. Got it? Just leave me alone. Oh, and by the way, you can tell Dr. Heiser that I will definitely be going to my lawyers about her breach of confidentiality. Telling you about mine and David's issues is a massive breach of confidence. She'll be dealing with my lawyers soon enough.
Are you threatening my friend? That's not very nice, is it? She hasn't done anything wrong. All she's done is answer some questions I had. That's all. So you don't even have a leg to stand on, even if you did go to your lawyers.
Actually, it really is against the law. I have a proper case against her, but that's none of your business either.
My son is going to hear all about how you've treated me today. How rude you've been.
Oh, don't you worry. David will definitely be hearing about this conversation. I'll make sure of it.
He's my son. He's going to support me over you.
We'll just see about that. David, your mother has gone way too far this time.
What do you mean? What's happened?
She just messaged me and said that she knows about our fertility issues and that it's all my fault.
Hang on, how did she even know about that?
Apparently, our doctor is a friend of your mother's, and she told her all about our issues.
That's completely against the law. She can't do that. It's doctor-patient confidentiality.
Yeah, I know, but it's too late now. She's told your mom and our issues, and she went off on a massive rant saying that I should divorce you so that you can find a real woman who can give you kids, and you two can live happily ever after.
Whoa, what? Now she wants you to divorce me?
Yep, apparently I'm not a woman because I can't have kids.
She did not say that. Right, that's it. I'm gonna have a word with her. A very stern word.
Normally, I'd ask you not to, but I just can't believe she said all of that to me. You know how heartbroken I am about this. I really don't need her getting on my back about all of this.
Hey, don't you worry about this for another second. I'll sort her out. You don't need to be worried that she's gonna say anything like that ever again. I want you to take all the time you need to process this information. I'll be there for you every step of the way. I promise.
Thank you, sweetie. I'm sorry to just go off on you and dump all of that on you.
It's okay. You got nothing to apologize for. I promise.
I'll see you later then. I love you.
I love you too.
I can't believe you tattled to David like that. He had a massive go at me yesterday. My son has never done that before. You've corrupted him, making him hate me.
I didn't make him do anything. He just didn't want you being vile to me. So, why are you messaging me now?
Because I have something to say to you concerning the dinner tonight.
And what's that?
You're not qualified to join us. This dinner is exclusively for family members.
Your husband and son are currently with me.
Huh?
Yeah, after hearing how you treated me yesterday, David was appalled, as you probably know after he talked to you. Anyway, he told his dad what you said, and John was equally as appalled. They decided that instead of the dinner tonight, they wanted to spend the day in a relaxing atmosphere. Both me and David can't be dealing with your horrible vitriol. So, John came over and we're having a little lunch. Then, me and David are going to go away on a little vacation and just mourn together. It's what we need.
But that's not fair. I should be there too.
No. In fact, David and I have decided that we want nothing to do with you.
What do you mean?
After how you treated me, we have decided that we don't need someone so toxic in our lives. Someone who would so willingly blame me for something that isn't my fault.
But
Goodbye, Vicky. Don't contact me again.
wait.
After telling Vicky off, I blocked all of her numbers so that she couldn't contact me again. David also did the same, as he couldn't believe what his mother had done to me. We went on vacation like I said we would, and whilst we were there, our lives changed. We came across an orphanage where we met an adorable little girl. It was from then on that both me and David decided that we wanted to adopt. We've begun the process, and the little girl we met is the one who we are trying to adopt. Whilst my diagnosis was an incredibly heartbreaking thing, it's good to know that it's not the end of being able to have children. There are plenty of children in the world who need a loving home and parents to grow up in, and me and David are happy to provide that. As for Vicky, the last I heard was that she told all of her friends what had happened, but funnily enough, they seemed to think that she was the one in the wrong, and they all decided to stop being friends with her. Sometimes, people will bring their own karma down on them. Oh, and as for Dr. Heiser, me and David are currently in the process of suing her for breach of contract. She has also lost her medical license due to what she did, something that is deserved, as who knows who else she could have damaged with her gossip.